In a world full of Dungeons & Dragons content, Jamazing presents a new way of playing the classic tabletop game. Welcome to DM Roulette, a game where the players rotate who the Dungeon Master will be each month. No need to sift through countless episodes to figure out what's going on here. Each adventure will begin and end in 3 parts. And don't you worry, the beloved cast of characters will stay consistent from adventure to adventure, unless they die. So, without further ado, let's start the next episode of DM Roulette.
So, it's time for the hopefully exciting finale to this month's campaign. Very brief recap. The heroes were hired by a goblin law firm to deliver a legal summons to the Countess Verona of Zrovia. Because she knew them and had her own designs for the characters, she did not execute them immediately. She accepted the summons and gave the heroes her own mission, which was to find her missing sister. Verona believes that her sister, her brother, and her share pieces of a powerful soul, and that someone is out there trying to collect those pieces. So she's very concerned about her sister's welfare now that she's dropped off the grid. So she dispatched the heroes to an alpine town where they confirmed that the sister had indeed gone missing. She had been living as the abbess of the local convent, but had been lured out of the safety of the town into an evil mansion. The heroes, after much deliberation, decided they too would go to the evil mansion and attempt to locate her. So they did, and they have encountered a variety of different paranormal and monstrous phenomenon lurking inside the manor, from a zombie beholder to a cloaker to ghosts, but they have dispatched all of their adversaries with shockingly little difficulty, so perhaps their adversaries will be much stronger this time. Who can
We lost
say?
a bird. We lost another bird.
You
Yeah,
did
minus
through,
one bird.
through flavor lose an inanimate bird. That's true.
Hey, it was animate. It was flying around.
2 for 2.
One lost bird versus these hordes of monsters. Anyway,
We've already demonstrated that robots have souls, so like robot birds, man.
but anyway, the heroes are almost complete in exploring the main floor. They are aware that there is a set of stairs that go down to a first floor level, a basement or cellar of some kind, so they can certainly explore there as well. And there is also a second floor to the manor, and Peter Post used his powers to detect that the necklace that the sister always wears is located on the second floor. Their problem is that the second floor is currently cut off by the set of stairs. There's a portcullis that blocks the way up. So they can go down, but they can't go up yet, and they have not yet been able to figure out how this portcullis can be raised, if at all. All attempts to scale the mansion from the outside have been thwarted by a variety of mystical effects, suggesting that the house itself, or whoever is in control of it, has their own designs or rules about how the heroes are going to be proceeding. So we left the heroes in a burned library where they finished off a cloaker, which is a monster that appears like a cloak. They did so with minimal difficulty. And I believe you were leaving the library, but you had realized through your architectural intelligence that there was maybe 1 or 2 more rooms on the main floor near the library that you could discover, but it would require probably finding a secret door and gaining passage that way. So,
Have we not found that secret door? No, we did.
I think actually you might have, now that you mention it.
I think that's where we ended.
Yeah.
It's behind the statues with the scorch marks.
Yeah.
No, actually, if I said that, I'm a liar. It should be on the opposite wall. So if you have so in this room, which looked like a training room, let's call it, of some kind, there were 3 dummies, or statues, if you will, that were blackened as if someone had been perhaps throwing fireballs at them. So they're lined up against one side of the room, and then the other side of the room is bare. So the secret door is actually inset into the bare appearing wall, if that matters to you.
Okay.
Investigate the statues to see if they're involved in opening the door.
Sure.
Have we done that?
Sure. If you have, I don't remember.
Is that check or skill?
Yeah, it would be an investigate check. Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check
is the
invest.
command.
Exclamation mark
Thank
check.
you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay,
22,
wow. You're
yeah.
very confident that the mechanism does not relate to the statues. If there's a way to open the secret door, it's not in relation to the statues. The statues are very much just uniform, solid blocks that are meant to take a lot of punishment from external forces.
It's not the statues. We keep looking.
Okay.
Probably in the library then.
Did we check in there yet? There's still that cloaker.
Well, the dead one.
How do we know? Maybe it's just pretending.
Oh, we ripped it in half.
Very good pretending. Oh, we should go check in there.
If something important happened, I missed it because I was distracted by John's massive guns in the background of Evan's camera.
I think we're investigating the library, the door right next, like the room right over.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess I'm rolling an investigate. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Beal come
I
and
will.
help.
I will come along.
I'm gonna say
Any-
maybe disadvantage or something because Minos is gonna be very like narrow-minded, like looking for another statue, like lever kind of thing. So I'm looking for a
like the
lever kind
griffin
of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Hey.
certainly Ironjaw and B are able to find what they believe was a lever inset into the panel of one of the bookshelves that has since been destroyed by what appears to have been a fire that razed the library. The problem is that the lever is completely destroyed.
Can we fashion a
You
new
mean
one?
partially destroyed?
Sorry?
Do you mean partially destroyed?
No. Fully destroyed. It's not in two parts.
We can't mend a
Right,
stick onto it.
Right.
Can you use your thieves' tools to like hook the
That's-
remnant piece of
That was definitely something I was gonna try.
Yeah.
Can I
You're so
tinker with the
smart,
mechanism?
Ironjaw. I knew you could do
Sure.
it. If anyone here, you could do it.
All right. Thieves' tools. Yes. Thieves' tools.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
19.
Ooh, good roll so far.
So you're able to sort of pry open the backing of the device, but you realize the entire thing has actually been melted. There's no way to restore the pulleys, and that would allow the lever to activate the door outside.
If it's a lever, could you potentially... Does it just need to be flipped? Could you use water and ice?
Well, it sounds like the entire like gearbox area is melted.
Yes, sorry, that's the impression I'm trying to give you.
So we can try
So
to
we should
force
just,
the
like-
door open.
Or we could break through the wall. Maybe the walls just...
In my experience, doors are easier to walk through than walls.
With all of the pulley stuff that's melted together, could like a tiny bird fit through with mage hand abilities and pull the mechanisms?
I think it would be too big.
Maybe too
5
much
pounds?
strength. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To activate it, yeah. That's creative, though.
Who wants to try to kick the door in?
be...
We know where the door is located?
B.
It's in the other room, facing the burned statues.
Correctamundo.
Does it have, like, what material is it? Is it just stone?
Wood or stone?
It appears to be stone, yep.
Mhm.
But it's still a door. Like, it's on a hinge. It's just the hinge is kind of jammed.
Tim, would like a strength check work to try to like push it or pull?
There's only one way to find out, my friend.
Okay, I will try to force this door open, but first I'll knock like any good mailman would.
Okay.
Peter.
Minos, why don't you push against the door, and that way, when Peter goes to like really get after it, there's that extra weight on it.
There's no immediate response to your knock.
Miles gonna look at the wall and is going to look at the like burn marks, and is going to like touch Peter, and like a small little glow is gonna go around Peter, and then he's just going to like nonchalantly just like edge out of the room and be like, good luck. So I'm casting resistance on you, which will give you a D4 on your next saving throw.
Okay. I don't think I rolled well enough. I only got an 11.
Oh, sorry. So you feel the door sort of shake, and you feel like you've done a bit of work in terms of dislodging some of the debris that is preventing the mechanism that's blocking the hinge to allow the door to open. But unfortunately, it's not enough for you to actually be able to fully push the door open that would let you or someone else pass through.
I have a crowbar on me.
Helpful.
Peter just ran his like shoulder into the door.
No, you looked like you had a good plan, but like since that wasn't working.
B is 100% standing. Come on, let's go, guys. We got this. Very expectantly.
All right, Peter, between the two of us and the crowbar, let's see if we can wiggle it open.
Yeah. Can I support Ironjaw, or like how do we do this?
I think I'm gonna support you.
Okay.
I think you actually have some strength.
So it's just like another strength check, this time with a crowbar?
Yep. So advantage, I guess?
Yeah.
If
you could apply the leverage over the crowbar, you get advantage. It's better.
14.
So you're able to wedge the door open just enough to allow a small creature to pass through.
B is like, okay, I'm
but
out.
Not anything of standard size.
So like a tiny creature.
That's what I said.
We have a tiny creature.
Yes.
So I'm holding the door open. This is really heavy, guys.
No. I'm going to send a. Actually, I had left Winston II with Minos's chipmunk at the other lever.
That's right, to allow you guys to pass through, because one door opening will close the other door, so it's like an airlock system. I think, Matt, was the analogy you used. That's a good one. So if you...
mirror thingy that you have to look around and see what might be in the room.
Can you fit through, Rock?
To look around.
It's tiny.
I feel like B would have a mirror to look into a room.
Ironjaw had a mirror in my campaign when I was DMing, so...
Yup. I probably still have it.
We've lost it for this one.
B will take out her pocket mirror, unfold it, grab it by the one side, and just be careful on that. It's got a very expensive makeup on the one half. So just be careful.
But B's not the one actually going to check. I guess Rocket, being the smallest of the crew, as much as she would deny that, will go and look in.
Okay, and what are you using as your light source? Or are you a dark,
I'm glowing.
I can...
Do you have,
just radiant.
I forgot, dark vision?
I can imbue a rock that'll give me a 5-foot radius of light and send that around the tiny magical object. So I can throw a glowy rock.
Okay. So, tossing in the rock, you can't see the entirety of the room because it is bigger than It's 5 feet of dim light, or
It just says 5 feet of light.
bright light. Well, even if it's a bright light and then going to dim for another 5, it's not enough to quite illuminate the entire room. But from what you can see, it appears to be some kind of cloakroom. In fact, there are 4 cloaks hanging from hooks along the walls. And there is a single door on the eastern wall that is heavily barred from the inside. So there's a series of planks made of some of them wood, some of them metal, slotted in to prevent the door from being able to be forced open from the outside.
So is there, sorry, was that there's something preventing it from being forced open from the way we're trying to?
No, sorry.
Oh.
So the opposite way.
Oh,
So there's another door that is preventing entry into this room, but
Okay, on the
your
other
way to
side.
the secret door is all clear. So cloaks with satchels, door are the kind of features of this room that seem most meaningful to you.
Rocket will call back to the group and say, "Be wary, there are more capes."
Oh.
Are they nice? Do they look brand name?
They're capes, darling. Capes.
Yeah.
No capes.
Yeah, the last one was quite vicious.
I
it
mean,
was,
that's a
like,
choice.
Moderately vicious.
Yeah, kind of got stomped.
Is there a way to keep this door open or open it the rest of the way is kind of what I'm wondering.
You got something that can see behind the door? Maybe there's a latch or something.
Good question.
Mm.
Did I see anything behind the door when I was looking around?
No.
Okay.
No.
Place has a
This is
weird
getting
architecture.
heavy. I don't know how much longer I can hold it.
Yeah.
Can we see the hinges? Can we see the hinges through the crack in the door on the other side?
Say yes. Yeah. I think you've wedged it open enough.
Okay, whoever's not holding, could somebody hit that really hard and trying to break the hinges?
That sounds like a bee thing.
It
Two of
seems
us are
really
holding the door.
hard getting into this room. Do you really think it's gonna help us get upstairs?
I'm more of a coordinator and an encourager. I'm not so much a doer per se.
Oh, could I create a Tina and mage hand the hinge pins out?
I don't see why you couldn't try.
All right. Rocket is going to reach into her pocket and pull out a tiny little bird. Say, "Okay, Tina, you have to not disappoint me. Go in and lift those pins." And this tiny little mechanical bird, who is not Winston the Second, is going to go and that is a cursed game. Try and pull the pins out of the door.
So the bird, at first the bird struggles. The pins have been rusted in some cases or just corroded with time. And in other cases bent or sort of physically damaged to make them not a perfect, smooth pull. But you give it 5-10 minutes and eventually all the pins are removed. And so the door actually comes free as a slab of stone.
Oh.
So
push it away from us.
Strength check from the one holding the door. Is that Peter? Is there anyone else?
I think I'm over there as well, so I will assist.
So Peter, you have advantage from. Whoa.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna need it.
I know. I'm not letting the door fall on you.
Oh no.
Okay, maybe I'm jumping clear a little bit and letting the door fall on you.
Okay, so both of you give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh, okay. It's a dex saving.
So one of you has resistance, I believe, as well.
Me. I don't really know if there's a special way. Oh, whoops! I pressed
Save.
dex.
Save dex.
Okay, thanks.
Do you have your aura yet? It gives us all bonus to saves. Or is that next level?
That doesn't sound familiar.
I think
that's a weird thing to say.
So that brings you to 13, does it not, Peter?
That
10 for my
brings Peter
dex
to
save.
10.
Was that a 10?
Yeah, so it's the 1 plus 9. Well,
I
9.
got the 12. Peter got a 9. Plus 1.
Okay.
Wait, can I try something?
Yes,
There are
absolutely.
Ooh.
Damn it. Is this a... No, it only is negative. Never mind. I swear I'm going to use this properly one time.
So you're able to sidestep the door, but not entirely fast enough. So you are going to take a little bit of damage from the door scraping against you as you're just barely able to pull your body out in time from getting pinned. So it would be... So 6 bludgeoning damage.
Hmm.
Ow.
I was thinking fire. Mino says from
No, 'cause
outside
it's
the
like
room
so
looking in.
I don't think that was a terrible idea. But
So the door crashes with a giant thud onto the ground. Fortunately, not onto anyone's foot, just barely. But you now have free entry into this back room, if you will.
We will dust off her lovely sweater, any dust that's kind of blown up on it, and then just
Sure.
step over the door and into the room.
yeah, check out those cloaks.
Great job, guys! You did great. I'm so proud of you.
And satchels. Apparently there's
Yes.
There-
So next to each of the cloaks, so there's basically it's like a cloakroom, right? So there's I don't know what you would call it, like a coat hook or something, like a line of pegs affixed to the wall, and each one has a cloak dangling from it. But you also see that it has a satchel as well, like a side bag on each peg, and a total of 4.
B is so fixated on those satchels. She loves bags. She's looking for like designer labels. She's looking for like whether it has pockets. So she'll go right over towards them and start taking a look.
Much to her dismay, none of the bags seem to stand out of being of exceptional quality. There's no brand name insignia embroidered anywhere or stamped or embossed. They're very much hardy, run-of-the-mill satchels. And the cloaks are of a similar make. Very much utility-based and not designed in any way to be distinguishing at all. Which is somewhat in contrast to some of the opulence that you have seen in the manor's furnishings in certain parts. And even the small doll you found, which had been dressed in very elaborate, rich silks, just a child's toy, but still very, very opulent. These are the exact opposite of that. But their durability is attested to the fact that they're actually in pretty good condition still, despite the passage of at least 100 years. Sorry, did you have something, Peter? I cut you off a little bit there.
That was actually Rocket.
Oh, sorry, I cut off Rocket. Pardon me.
Rocket is going to open up her coat, and mechanical butterflies are going to float out of it onto each of the items.
Are you sure they're not dead? And they just sort of flop on the ground?
Minutes,
and it's awkward for everyone?
No, 10 whole minutes.
And after 10 whole minutes, if any of the items in the room are magical, the butterfly will glow on the corresponding item.
Cool.
And this is Rocket's detect magic.
So you do. So the butterflies do glow next to each of the satchels, but not next to the cloaks.
Cool.
Magic satchels, you say?
Magic, yeah, indeed.
So Bee's been like frozen there with her hand on the bag while all these butterflies are landing. She's like, is it safe?
Safe? Not safe? They're magic.
She'll kind of like, she'll take the wand she has in her bag and just kind of use it to flip open the lid on, or like the flap on one of the satchels.
So when she does so, she finds...
It's a bomb.
Holy shit. She finds a
It works so well with the gift.
a spell book that is just starting to be written in. So only the first 6 pages have entries, but their entries are the following. I'm going to paste it in the chat if that's okay with you, and if it's not too bad. Why is this not working? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I hope that's 6.
Ooh.
Got some summons.
Necromancer?
Peter, it's pronounced necronomy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's lovely. Don't I have something that animates dead, don't I? From someone else's campaign? No? Okay.
I don't remember it.
You might have a
Mine.
scroll. You might have given out a scroll of something like that.
I thought I had one, but clearly it's not on her at the moment because she doesn't remember, and it's not on her character sheet.
Which is the most important thing to remember.
This is the most important part. She's like, oh, well, if only we, I wish we could keep a wizard around here. They do seem the most difficult to keep alive and around, don't they?
Traditionally,
Yeah, did Oliver not get brought here? And I don't see Gunnar either. It would be very handy to have someone strong and someone smart.
That would have been nice.
Here,
Right now.
Instead, it's just us.
I'll hold on to this. I'll hold on to this for now, but I think we should take this to someone who maybe knows better.
Sounds like a plan. But there were other satchels. And all of them are magic.
While they investigate, can I start prying the boards off the other door?
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait 10 minutes, I would have assisted with that.
Yeah, it's you don't have to they're not nailed, but they're like girders, if you will. Yes, that are so they're slotted. So you'd have to lift them. They are quite heavy, especially the metal ones. So, but between 2 of you, you're able to.
Yeah. So Peter's gonna be grumbling like, "I'll show them."
Don't need Gunnar.
You have perfectly average strength, Peter.
And I have perfectly average anger about somebody implying my strength is average.
It's not that bad.
That's all I want to do. Is
Sure.
take the books out.
Yeah, it's in the other satchels.
Sorry. So someone goes through satchel number 2, let's say.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. When you touch the satchel, it shifts its shape and becomes a nondescript coin pouch.
Is there anything in said nondescript coin pouch?
No, it's empty so far.
If I drop it, does it turn back into a satchel?
Yes.
Well, that seems remarkably useless. It's
You
a
should pick it
bag
up.
that's smaller when I'm holding it.
Pick it up again, see if it changes.
I'll pick it up again.
It returns to the shape of a coin pouch.
Does it have anything in it now?
What happens if I put a coin? Okay, I'm gonna put a coin into the coin pouch, and then I'm gonna drop it.
Sure, the coin goes in the coin pouch.
And you drop
Nothing
it.
above a
Is
silver.
it in the satchel when it turns back into a satchel?
Yes. But I mean, the moment you pick it up,
It turns back into a coin pouch.
it turns back
Ooh,
into.
put something bigger in there.
Yeah, I guess like if you put we got like a book or something. We have a spell book. Put the
No.
spell book into the.
Maybe it's
No.
interacting. Maybe it's changing to a coin pouch because it's Ironjaw touching it. Maybe somebody else should touch it.
Oh, by all
Let's see
means.
if it becomes
I'm
something
gonna take my coin back though.
Okay. I can do that if no one else is that interested. Okay.
Go for
Go
it.
ahead.
Go.
Bee.
She'll
Okay.
go and pick it up.
So when B picks it up, it shifts into a loot case. So for like a
A case for an instrument, which is a
yes, not like LOOT, but LUTE.
Ooh, she opens that up.
It's empty. No loot inside.
Okay, so it's a bag that
This
fits
is
your
taunting.
aesthetic.
This is a taunting item. Here, she'll just toss. She'll toss it to somebody else.
Rocket will catch
let's
it.
say.
Who will catch it?
I said Rocket will catch it.
Rocket being an alchemist? God damn it.
Artificer.
Oh, artificer, excuse me. Still, god damn it.
Much better.
Cool belt.
It will turn into a bandolier capable of holding a bunch of different vials and beakers and things.
Hammers and such.
Ooh.
That might be the most useful, actually.
I do like
This
the
is like
idea of
a-
putting something big into the satchel and seeing if it compresses down.
But it goes the other way for you. It goes from us. Oh, I guess. But how would you put it in unless you touch it?
Like drop something in, drop a book or a I don't know, coil of rope. Yeah, I have my rope on me. I'll drop the coil of rope into the satchel and then I'll pick it up.
So the rope goes in the satchel, you pick it up, and it becomes a coin purse.
Does the coin purse have 50 feet of rope in it?
When you look in, you do see the end of rope. You don't
Alright,
see the entirety of it, but you see like the end, the tip, if you will.
That's sort of useful.
This seems
Claws
like a
are, like,
really
big of
helpful way to
holding in a
smuggle
way.
things.
Well, it's like for me, it'd be a good way to like smuggle things into something,
Yeah.
right? You can... But if somebody else wants like a cool bandolier, by all means, have a cool bandolier.
I'm gonna say that Rocket had actually jumped up onto Minus's shoulders to grab the purse while it was being thrown, and is then going to drop it to Minos.
Minos isn't in that room though. He's too nervous to go into that room. He's nervous about fire. From previous experiences in this house with fire.
And we haven't called anyone in to say that it's okay
We were
in here,
here
and we
for
found
10
some
minutes.
magic things.
No, I'm like,
You guys didn't even know Gunnar and
I'm like,
the wizard were here.
are there any levers to open up the upstairs in there?
Hold
I
on,
can
we've got
see.
2 more satchels to get through.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
in
gonna
that-
go
in that
check out
case-
the downstairs while you guys do that. Maybe there's a lever down there.
Wait, before you go, and Rocket will step out of the room to hand you this thing, mostly because I'm curious as to what happens for Minos.
Okay, Minos will pick it up. Oh, what's this?
When Minos picks it up, it becomes. It remains a satchel, but you can tell from the feel that it is made from natural, organic, and locally sourced woven fibers.
Oh wow, this is made from some pretty good stuff. Thanks for this,
How can we tell
Rocket.
it's locally
And I'll take the
sourced?
satchel and head on downstairs.
But why? There's a door right here.
I'm
Why are you
assuming,
going?
I'm kind of assuming this door just leads outside, but I don't know.
It could.
We don't know.
Why don't
Yes.
we briefly look at the other two?
Try all the boards off. I'll be opening the door and trying to see what's on
But
the
there
other
are 2 more satchels.
side.
Yes.
You guys can look through the satchels. I don't know. Maybe that's how long it takes me to open up this door. I don't know.
Peter Post has an official mailbag and needs no replacement.
So
Okay.
you guys are opening
Splitting up.
the.
I feel like Rocket's got one of them, and B or Ironjaw has the other.
Okay,
Actually,
sorry.
it makes- Sorry, it probably
So what-
makes sense that like Ironjaw would be going for the other one. B's probably done with these burlappy old ass bags by now.
They're looking at the other 2 satchels, Tim.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's what I was curious about, or whether you were
He's
opening the
assuming
door.
they're the same as the second one for reasons unknown.
Okay, so one of the satchels contains a crystal globe.
Oh.
Does it
Cool.
do anything?
Shake it.
When
Ask
you
it a question.
when you touch the orb, you are 100% certain of which direction is true north.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
You can't buy that confidence.
No, it's some good confidence.
Oh, that's good.
And for the last object, you you pick it up, and it is a another globe, another orb, if you will.
Okay. Rocket's
Interesting.
gonna grab this orb and shake it.
Nothing happens when you shake it. However, when you touch it, it begins to glow.
Ooh. Anything else happen?
Softly. It's pulsing as if it's awaiting something.
Hello?
It does not answer.
I bop it.
I'm sorry, you bop it?
Yes, I bop it.
It is bopped.
Does anything happen?
This is a bomb.
Not to your immediate. You don't detect anything immediately happening. No.
You should ask it a question. Like, is our target here? Is our friend here? Or is the woman here and alive?
Yeah, it might
I
be
should
a
mention
stretch.
that each of the satchels also contains the equivalent of an adventurer's kit or adventurer's pack as well. So there's a lot of mundane things. I just was describing the magical things to you. Those are the things that the butterflies were most attracted to when you open the satchels up. So,
Previous adventure.
unfortunately, many of the rations appear like they've gone stale if you touch them or whatever. Like they have been petrified through time. So you don't think that there'll be too much nutritional value for you in those. But there are the other things like bedrolls and so forth.
As per B's suggestion, Rocket is going to ask the orb questions. Yes or no questions. Is the person we're looking for here?
The orb just continues to pulse regularly, but neither brighter nor darker, and doesn't seem to react to anything you've said so far.
B's gonna look through the cloaks while that's going on.
The cloaks are exactly as they appear. They're very durable, hardy traveler's cloaks. They don't seem to have any magical quality to them, and nor do they have any like hidden pockets or anything. So they don't have any sweet loot that you can tell. It appears that all the value was found in the satchels.
Well, maybe we could
Are we ready
cast
for Peter to open the door?
Yeah, we cast Identify at a later date, maybe.
Okay, later? Cool.
I don't think anyone has the ability.
Oh, I do.
But later.
Oh, okay. But your choice, later.
Want to do it later? Okay. So am I correct that you're opening you've unbarred this one door, you're opening it now? Is that...
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so when you open...
There's a portal coming.
When you open the door, it gives out onto a garden area, which is lined with shrubs and hedge bushes. However, it is a courtyard. It is still within the walls of the mansion itself.
Oh, if only Minos were here. He'd love a little garden.
We could yell at him. Minos!
Can I be at like the top of the stairs to go
down?
downstairs when I hear this?
You've already gone through the 2 secret doors.
Is that where it was? It's past the lock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We came in and there's stairs, and then we went that way.
Okay.
In this room, do I see any indication that there's a route to get up to the top floor or the second floor?
You don't see anything, no. You can always feel free if you'd like to step out and explore the little courtyard garden. You're certainly welcome to do that.
I'll do a preliminary. I don't really love that we separated from Minos, so I probably am not checking too thoroughly, but I'll try to see what I can find.
Be'll go out too.
Ooh. Oh, I see.
Do you? So,
top corner there?
I see.
Sorry?
The top right?
Or in the top right, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah. You're in the most northeast corner, if you will.
Yeah.
See, there's the pool where you fought the beholder way down in the bottom. Dining room with the long table. The stars are the gargoyle statues, except the small star is the griffin statue. They're like points of interest, if you will. Sorry.
Trees or trellises or something?
So as you're looking through, you don't find any sort of trellis or upward sort of platforms, but you do find a hatch in the shrubs.
Oh.
A hatch underneath them that looks like it would go to the basement or down?
It does look like it would go down, yes. Like a trapdoor hatch.
Is it locked? Can I open it?
You can open it. Yeah.
I do.
Okay. Looking down with whatever dim light source you have, it leads to an earthen tunnel. There's not even a ladder down. You would have to just jump, but it's not that low. It's 10 feet down. It's not terrible.
Convenient.
You can survive the jump.
Very convenient. B will extend the ladder into the unknown.
Extended.
Yeah, I think we need to go down anyway.
Oh wait, how long is your ladder?
I believe it's 15 feet. But
then it's a 16-foot drop. No, it's
I think it's at least 10 feet.
Yeah.
I forget.
I think it was
20 feet. It was 20 feet.
In any event, the drop is not that far.
Should we go check on Minos though before we venture and split up too much?
Yes.
No, you made your choice.
Go get him. Someone go get him.
I'm also fine with splitting the party if you want to explore 2 paths, but it's up to the group.
If it's just going down, I'm cool with kind of being recollected and going down, trying to move this forward a little bit. You'll find Minos giving himself a little bit of a confidence boosting song as he's trying to rile himself up to go down. This is the song that you sing when you're not scared. And then when someone suggests that perhaps you can go another way, he's all over it. Oh yeah, I wasn't scared.
Aw, cute.
So he'll join at the hatch, I guess, and we'll go down that way together.
Sure.
B can drop a torch down.
It explodes. Who's going first?
Not Minos. Minos
I
is
don't have
scared.
dark vision, so...
The tunnel is unlit except for whatever illumination you'd bring with you. The illumination from above, from the cloudy sky, is A, not great, and B, the angle won't penetrate the entirety of the tunnel, so it would really only illuminate the first portion. If that matters.
I guess Minos will go first with his dark vision and resume his song.
Okay, so when Minos enters the tunnel, he sees that the whole thing is an earthen tunnel, and it is not very large. So it is less than 6 feet high.
Oh, good.
So it may pose a bit of an issue in terms of everyone, maybe but Rocket, having to sort of stoop a little bit if you were to traverse the tunnel. Obviously, the opening part is taller because it's open to the sky. You guess that the tunnel is not very long. It's maybe 30 feet long.
And then what?
And then it terminates at a if you fought are you traversing?
I'll crawl
Or are
forward.
you standing and looking?
Okay,
no, I'm
crawling forward. Yeah.
Yeah, so everything about
I think we'd all, or at least Peter Post, would just follow Minus down right away.
right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
In here.
The hatch slams shut. No. The entire tunnel is earthen. There's not even any support really for it. It's hard packed dirt, but there is no wooden slats or anything to shore up the sides or the ceiling, which makes you a bit nervous. But it's again very short. You can make it to the 30 feet to the other end, awkwardly sort of shuffling, and then there is another hatch.
Ooh. I will
above you.
Try to push it open.
You're able to push it open.
Bam! Just want to stretch myself up and stand my full 7 feet out from this hatch and immediately look at what's in this room.
I think I did mention that the other hatch was about 10 feet, so this would be the same. So to push it open, you probably have to do a bit of a jump. You are 7 feet tall, but a bit of a jump, or maybe Peter can give you a boost.
Yeah.
Push you open, and then, you can climb the earth. It's not that hard to do and get out. And you emerge in the out of doors. At the edge of a forest that looks familiar, if creepy. Staring at a manor wall behind you.
Okay, go back. Everyone go back.
I think there's another house over here. Let's go investigate it. So I guess we're heading back.
Yeah, we found the secret exit tunnel.
Yeah.
Clearly they were worried about someone sneaking in.
I guess we can go collect our TNT now. We don't need that door gargoyle anymore.
That's true. We should go get that.
So where to now?
I guess we go down the stairs.
Yeah, so I guess we're heading back through the tunnel, into the shrubbery, into the secret room that was off from the 3 gargoyle room, into the lock.
Yeah.
The airlock room. We tell, what is it, Acorn and Winston the second to pull the lever, let us through. We get back to the main entryway. Well, at least where the griffin statue was, that's where the stairs either go up or go down. And now we're heading down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we sit on the divan for a minute to
catch your breath.
Do you want to try and you have that crowbar? Do you want to try and lift up the portcullis?
I assume we would have tried that already, and that it was fairly solidly shut.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going down.
Yeah.
At the bottom of what order? Who's first is essentially all I need to know.
First.
Yeah, if Peter's got a torch or some light source, then Peter first is fine, and if we have no way of producing light, then mine has to go first.
I have a torch.
I have a lantern.
There's adventure packs.
Okay, so I think Peter's first.
Okay, so Peter, as you walk down this spiral staircase, eventually you find yourself looking at an open iron door.
What do you see?
Door. I'm gonna walk through it.
Okay, I'm coming down.
It's open?
Yeah.
We're never this lucky.
Down too.
So you pass through the door, and you enter a strange sort of room, probably most familiar to Rocket of anyone. There is a metal table just large enough to hold a humanoid figure. There is a large mechanism with a crank and coils behind the table, and it has rods that are connected to each of the humanoid figure's temples, the one that's lying on this table. Your senses are immediately assailed by a reek that seems to be emanating from 3 buckets that sit beside the table. And then on the opposite side of the table to the buckets is a plain wooden table, too simple to be even called a desk, that is covered with a variety of tools and papers. But the moment that the last one of you steps inside, the open metal door slams shut, and a noxious green gas begins to flood the room. Time out. This is a puzzle, and I will be timing you guys in real life to solve the puzzle before the gas can take effect on your characters. So what is going to happen is I'm going to give you 10 minutes of real time. You guys are super smart. This is probably not even going to take you that long. But
can you clarify some things first?
Yeah, I will. But before I even do that, there is something that I'm going to share with you as well. Maybe. No, there's not. Never mind. Okay, go ahead with your question.
Did you say there's a humanoid on the table with the headpiece on it?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. So there is sort of a nondescript humanoid lying on this table with these rods connected to its temples and a big machine behind it that has a crank and very large coils.
You said that rocket might be familiar.
Well, there's a lot of beakers. There's a lot of odd-looking measuring tools and such that Rocket might be the one most familiar with that sort of environment.
And there's no, as far as we can tell, there's no other entrances or exits besides the siren door.
Correct. There's nothing immediately apparent to you.
Right.
Okay. And how did you describe the smell that we smelled again?
So the reek coming from the buckets reminds you of an abattoir.
And what
Minos is not reminded of anything.
A slaughterhouse.
Stuff.
Oh, Minos is
slaughterhouse.
Of stuff.
Blood and guts.
Blood and guts. 100%. So I'm going to start my timer, and you guys can treat this like an escape room is my best advice to you. So for those of you who are familiar, you're going to want to observe, and then you're going to want to connect elements, and you're going to want to solve. So, ready? Are you excited? Yeah, go team.
I'd like to point out, I don't need to breathe. So...
It's an acidic gas capable of melting even the strongest metal.
Damn.
Is everyone suitably motivated? All right. Go team. You got 10 minutes.
Right. What happens if we crank the crank?
When you crank the crank, it starts to generate electricity.
Cool.
That sparks go into the golems. Go into the figures.
Temples.
B's going to do an investigation check on the table to see what kind of instruments are there, if there's anything that looks more used or less used.
Sure. So the wooden table, proceed. Sorry, did you roll it already and I missed it?
19.
Perfect. Okay. I'll just pause because I have something to share with you. So, as you are sorting through this table before the gas gets too thick for you to see, you push aside some rusty operating tools. They don't seem to be of immediate value. You certainly don't think they're strong enough to break through the metal door that has sealed you inside. You see a needle and thread, again, not particularly useful. But what does seem to stand out and is also conveniently still in good condition, is a waxy diagram of a humanoid body with notes scribbled all over it, one of which appears to be an unfinished formula. So now I'm going to share something with you.
Rocket, this looks like it might be up your alley. Come over here.
It's gonna go over and take a look at the formula.
Hopefully this... Okay, so that is what you have found.
Okay.
Time on.
What would you need me to roll to try and figure out this formula?
Oh, the formula is right there, so it's just a matter of reading the diagram. It's not a skill check or anything.
Oh, okay.
We need more to finish him. Solving the formula will tell me which the right parts are. So there's a sequence for hands, feet, and brain, and then he will open it for me. The door's locked, I'm his trap, gas is coming. Only he knew the code, now his brain lies in the bucket for my flesh column. Can somebody look in the bucket, please?
Yeah, so Minos would like to look
buckets are gonna be full
for one, either secret doors like through the other ways, potentially get out. But for anything that was not like immediate, like the best that he could do is be like, I found this, I found this, I found this. So I'm gonna roll perception, I hope. Is that cool?
Go ahead. Yep.
19.
Ooh. Very perceivy of you. I paused time for when I'm narrating to you, so don't feel like I'm screwing you guys here. You're very confident there is no other way out, that there's only the one door in, which is the metal door. Upon closer inspection, it is not actually an iron door. It is an adamantine door made to look like iron.
So I can't waft the metal dissolving gas at it.
No. What is unique about this door, however, is that it is sealed with a special kind of lock. A lock that requires 3 digits. Possibly 3 digits?
First digit 4, second digit 12, and...
Hard one, I can't get the last one either.
I'm trying to...
Sorry, I should say 5 digits to escape.
Yeah, it's like the number of digits that you're telling me is already more than 3.
Yeah.
I'm turning the time on if you're solving this. But there's nothing else that appears immediately. Though when you look in the buckets, you see that the body parts, each bucket has a different group of body parts. One is full of feet, one is full of hands, and one is full of brains. What is even more odd to you is that they're all numbered. They have number tags.
Is there a hand with the number 4 on it?
Maybe yes. There is.
Look for a hand with the number 4 on it.
You are able to drop out the bucket and find it.
Is the flesh golem missing a hand?
Yes. Yes, it's unfinished. So it's missing hands, feet, and a brain.
Okay.
How many brains are there?
Are there 50?
Sorry?
How many brains are in the bucket?
Probably a dozen, give or take. Okay. But the numbers are not sequential. Like, it's random numbers. So it's not like brain 1 to brain 10. It's like 72, 113, like just random numbers associated with them. Same for all of the parts and all of the buckets. There doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason that's immediately apparent to you about why they're numbered the way they are. So you're able to find hands with the tag of 4 on them. If you want Iron Jaw, you dump out the bucket, kick aside the ones that don't match, and grab the hands that have 4.
All right, I will affix that hand onto the golem.
I will need a medicine check, please.
I will slam it against the stump.
Why don't I mend them? Abilities. Can I mend them or use my? I'll use my suture kit. My stitching.
Hey, I got a 14.
You are successful. So you grab the needle and thread that Rocket had pushed to the side on the table, and you're actually able to quite deftly attach the hands.
Nice. Oh, actually, yeah. If I crank the crank now, the hands move.
Yes, they do twitch.
Hey.
You want to try 12 for the feet and see if that also works. I'm not sure about the brain though, and I'm not sure if my approach for 12 is correct for feet. But
I like 12 for the feet.
And that and
So who's looking for feet, or somebody's looking for feet?
Yeah, Minos, I guess
Yes.
that's how he can help is look for numbers that others will call out for him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I look for
So if
12.
you call it 12, you do find a pair of feet that have 12.
Okay, you look here. There's 2 of them that have 12. Or do we need a 1 and a 2? Is there a 1 and a 2 as well?
There is a 1 and a 2 as well as a 12.
Just to mess with you. I think 12 is good.
Is there only 1 foot missing?
No, both. They're in pairs, sorry. Just like the hands.
Okay, so I guess
Oh.
we take both of the 12.
Okay, we'll take both the 12s then. Okay, here are the 12s.
Size 12 feet. What a big feet on this guy.
Minos, do you feel confident in
Patience,
your abilities?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm helpful to the team. And
B-
I will
B will
check
put-
medicine to put the 12 feet on the guy, I guess.
Well, there's only 2 feet, but they have a 12 attached to them, to be clear. He's not a centipede.
It's a good thing you cleared that up.
Yeah.
Otherwise-
It is a good thing you cleared that up to Minos. Might have ended up with way more feet on this guy. 17!
Whoa, okay.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So you're
Nice.
able to quite easily attach them. No problem. And if I think you were manning the crank,
Yep.
you do get
Not while
motor-
he's stitching, but
motor response out of the feet now.
Perfect.
You're about halftime, guys.
I like 50 for the brain.
Yes. Double
What
plus
do you
6,
think
double
for
plus
the
6.
brain being 50?
Yeah.
So it's who's going through the brains?
Peter
B-
post.
B can be over there.
Who's
Very
the
like
brains of the operation?
flinching. She's like, I'm better at sewing than I am at doing this sort of thing.
So
And
whoever
she'll-
wants to go through the brains.
Yeah, B's begrudgingly going
Okay,
through the
perfect. You are able to find a pair. Sorry, not a pair of brains. One brain that's labeled 50, if you wish.
Yep. And she'll slide that in the brain. In the
Slide it into the open skull for sure. I will need a medicine check once again, just to make sure everything is lined up properly and you haven't jammed
I've
it
done
in too
brain
roughly.
surgery before.
I mean, she's a master weaver, but I feel like this is not quite.
Can sing yourself a little brain surgery song.
So, unfortunately, when B puts it in, there doesn't appear to be the same response when the crank goes. So, something's wrong.
Gasp.
Is there
wrong?
is there a brain mark 78?
Yes.
Rocket is gonna go with looking through the bucket as well and see if
I don't know how
Okay,
confident
you're-
we are that Beatrice was able to successfully connect.
Yeah.
those. So I don't
Wire
know.
in the
I
brain.
want
Don't know if it's a
confirm
number
this
or if it's
connection
because of the
first.
medicine
Yeah,
check.
yeah. Because just the meta that it looks like a low roll. I just wouldn't want to start going on a goose chase
Yeah.
on different brains just yet.
B
I know that you think you're concerned it might be meta, but if we were to describe it, she's not acting with the same confidence.
Yeah, B is
She's
like
a bit fumbly compared to the previous people performing the medicine check.
yeah.
Okay.
B
I
is
don't feel
100%.
like you're not
acting
allowed
like-
to know that.
She's not holding it with all of her fingers because she's kind of grossed out.
You know,
Can Rocket go and try to help out?
absolutely. You can
Oh.
knock her to the side. This is an
Oh.
urgent situation.
Wasn't going to do that.
Oh no, I've got okay, fine.
So, Rocket, rolling your eyes, you turn the brain around and put it back in, and this time
No.
it seems like if you were to generate the electricity, it sparkles through the brain in a very promising fashion.
All right. Cranking the crank.
I just
Okay.
kill people, that's all.
So, give me an Arcana check, please, Cranker.
Oh dear.
It's from Iron Jaw.
Yes, whoever's manning. Well, or someone who could advise him, I would accept as well.
He is excellent at coordinating.
Okay.
Uh,
Advise away. I will
No.
crank
Yeah, I
as you
will.
as you desire.
Rocket's probably better.
Rocket will advise.
Minos will also advise.
Roll them.
Perfect.
He will
So-
pretend.
Key to Necronomy. Oh, okay. Got it.
Rocket monitors how the humanoid is responding with a crank and tells Ironjaw either to speed up, slow down, as the case may be. And finally, use the hairs on your arms start to raise. The energy in the room becomes charged. And the humanoid on the slab jolts awake, sniffing the air. Far faster than you would have expected. It rushes to the door, types in some digits. The door opens, and the creature rushes out. And fortunately, following it, billows the noxious gas that was beginning to corrode your lungs.
I like to try to follow it if I could to wherever it goes.
Sure.
Casey
enough.
can support Cullis on the way up.
So, as you follow the golem, you see that it pauses in front of the portcullis. And then it makes a series of gestures, and you hear it mumble something, and the portcullis raises.
Oh,
And the golem rushes up.
Run! Everyone
Stare.
chase
Are we following
Should we
it? Are we
jump-
going?
it. I think we're
I
following
think so.
it.
Okay, let's go.
It's going where we want to go.
Yep.
This is fun.
It's
So,
good that you all have practice and experience with all these necromancers running around. I missed all of them.
congratulations, you have made it to the second and final floor of the manor.
I feel like we took the most efficient route here.
Yeah.
I
Peter,
don't
the
make
first-
bad decisions.
The stairway seems to give into a corridor where a soft green glow flickers sporadically but regularly along the hallway, even though there's no visible source of light. In fact, you start to realize there's a rhythm to how it is pulsing.
Like a heartbeat rhythm, or like a on-off rhythm, or just rhythm in general.
Either of those could be true.
Can B kind of do it?
6
an
switches, then
intelligence check to
22
see if
switches.
to see if it's a rhythm or like a musical type thing. Like,
Sorry,
see
what are
if
you
she
trying to do?
She's trying to get a sense as whether this is something like musical or rhythmic. If she can try to figure out what it might be coming from.
Sure. If you're trying to connect it to music, it'd probably be a performance check. If you're trying to connect it to something in nature, a nature check. The body would be a medicine check. Magic, arcana check. So it depends where you're going, sort of, where your mind's at.
More music, because that's
Okay.
more up her alley. So she got a 24.
Oh, wow. This is not any melody or musical composition that you're familiar with, except that it's a very steady beat.
Okay. I don't think it's to do with music. But she fumbles for a second, pulls out a wand, and she just waves it, and a melody starts that matches the light.
Nice.
Where
Low stick rave party.
did the golem
very
go?
gently
Were
in
we
the back.
able to keep up with him or no?
No, there's no sign of the golem
Oh.
anymore.
It's almost just like a trance beat. It's going in the background.
Perception check, please, from everyone.
Uh-oh.
From everyone.
I apologize.
Ooh, no
Oh
good.
dear.
We're really into the
Nothing.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very focused on the music.
So, proceed.
Can you give me a reminder of where?
I apologize for interrupting you.
Sorry, are we in a hallway? Are there rooms? Where are we currently situated in this house on the second floor?
Yeah, so I'm treating you as sort of in the stairwell, but the upper part of the stairwell. But the stairwell opens onto a corridor, and you can see from the corridor that that there are several doors leading off of it. So there are definitely rooms that could be explored, opened.
Okay, I'm leaving the stairwell. Minos will leave the stairwell and start looking at the doors for any a special looking door, I guess, to the others. If there is one, like a unique, or if they're all the same, then he'll just open one, I guess.
Perfect. So, to be more specific, I have the map open now, so I can give you more precise directions. So you're looking down this corridor. You can see that at the very end of the corridor, on the right, there is a door. Midway through the corridor, there appears to be another hallway to the left. But no door, it's open. But a big hallway to the left. Somewhat before there's another hallway to the right. So you have three options other than going back the way you came. You can go down the hallway to your right, the big hallway to your left, or you can go all the way to the end to the door on the right. And as a reminder, all of the corridors, regardless of which way you go, is filled with this sickly, vile, flickering green light.
Can I either like check to see if there's like maybe a carpet thing that's been turned up to see where the golem went, or like a smell? I try to follow that. It had a smell, right?
It had a smell.
Yeah. I want to try to like smell that smell to figure out where he went.
Sure, that'd be a perception.
No.
Unfortunately,
we need to roll above a 10.
The smell of decayed meat is lost to you on the second floor.
Smells like trouble, guys.
Oh no, really? We should hurry. Minos will run down the hallway that only has the one door at the end, and will knock on it.
Sorry. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. If this happens to be poison related, I have advantage against.
Unfortunately, it is not.
Okay. So save Constitution. 11.
It's not bad, but unfortunately, it's not good.
I know.
You take 6 necrotic damage, and you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
You feel like the very life force inside you is being drained out of your body.
Okay, so like as Minos runs, like, oh, we should hurry if it smells like trouble, and I guess we should, I don't know, try this door or something. And then we'll just like lazily knock on it.
When you knock on the door, there is no immediate answer.
Well, go ahead, open the door.
Minos opens the door.
Inside are.
No, kidding. I can't get it open. Just open it gently.
just gently opening it.
Yeah.
Inside, it appears to be a standard sort of guest room, albeit furnished quite lavishly. What stands out to you, though, is that it is absolutely full of sticky, thick cobwebs.
Minos will close the door.
Okay.
No, it's just a really old room in there.
Probably aren't holding whatever name is in there.
Down the other hallway. You guys can go.
The big hallway or the small hallway? Whoever wants to go.
The small one.
Okay. So when you head down the first right from the stairwell, which leads to another right that takes you to a door at the very end of a corridor. So this is also a small corridor that terminates in a door.
Can I get a sense of whether we realize what happened to Minos?
Oh yes, and if you head to that door, I will need the same check, by the way.
I was just going to say, before I go up there, would we have realized anything about Minos? Or
yes,
Minos
you would see actually visibly the green sort of miasma getting more concentrated around him.
Oh,
as he sort of stumbles a bit.
And is that a temporary thing, or is that building and building and building as he's walking around now?
It seems like it sort of builds around him, reaches a peak, and then dissipates.
Oh, Minos, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I think it's just a little too much excitement. That's what Mama used to say. Just need a little bit of a snooze, I think.
Can I help you? Can I interest you in a juice box?
Oh, I would love a juice box.
Okay, here you go. Bee'll give you a juice box. She'll just kind of like, oh, gotta warm it up for you here first. Everyone loves a warm juice box. That's always helpful. And then as she's rubbing, her hands will go a little bit. They'll kind of glow a dull glow, and she'll pump a cure wounds into the juice box.
This is
perfect.
delicious.
I will need a Constitution saving throw from B as well.
Oh, I was heading back.
Okay.
To the other way. So do you want me to do it like a double one?
No, from B. From B.
Oh, B.
Save con.
Yep.
15.
Nice.
Okay, you're fine. The energy coalesces around you, but you're able to shake off its deleterious effects. You do not seem as exhausted or drained.
Just
it's good heal.
So where would you like?
Okay. Sorry, that interrupted us moving towards the other door. I'm happy to go, but does anyone else want to, or?
You're already going down the hall, right?
Okay. Yeah. So I give that juice box to Minos. You get 7 points back, and then B will go and investigate the other door. She's curious, just make sure there's no obvious traps.
You can check for traps.
There are no traps.
Trappy.
She will open the door.
When you open the door, inside is a writing desk in the southwest corner, and a single door leads from the room that you've just opened into the eastern wall. So you can pass through this room into another area of the map.
Okay.
But what is very unnatural to you, though not unexpected to you, is that there is a skeleton busy at work behind a writing desk, frantically writing notes in a translucent, ethereal ledger book.
Peter! Come here!
Hey. What's up?
I think this bitch is after your job!
You have to go through the proper channels!
I know! Not even using the proper ink!
I'll go into the room. Does the skeleton
So I will.
entering
First
the
of
room?
all, I'll need a Constitution saving throw from you, Peter. For
B will be like
entering
right on
the
her heels,
green energy.
acting as like hype. So would she have to make one too?
You're fine, Peter. Don't worry about it. No necrotic damage for you. So it's Peter, B, and Minos together entering this room, or no?
No, Minos is the waiting back at the fork of the hallways.
At the fork? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Just want to get a read on where everyone is.
I think Rocket's curiosity is going to get better of her, and she's going to creep up and look to see what they're looking at.
Sure, so con save, please.
Yeah. I kind of want to go check out this cobweb room.
I did too, out of character. But the door closed so quickly, B didn't see it.
Unfortunately, I'm not so lucky. Surprisingly, the energy is able to drain some of your electrical components, so 5 necrotic damage and 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So, for those at the skeleton room, what are you doing?
I'm like immediately and be like, "Are you trying to be a mailman? Are you interested in applying to MAIL?"
The skeleton looks up at you with empty eye sockets, and its jaw starts to work, and a haunting voice says, at last you are here. He has been waiting for you. You may proceed, milady Verona. And from behind you, you feel something evil and dark trespass through your body as the aspect of a dangerously beautiful woman with dark and deadly eyes walks straight through you, smirking. She walks through the closed door to the east and disappears, while the skeleton clerk goes on back to his duties.
See what the skeleton clerk is writing? Or is the ink like invisible as well?
He seems to be doing tallies of your best guess as household expenses versus revenues. Rents received from farmers, so he's reckoning the books for the manor. But judging by the dates he's using, this would have been 100 years ago. So he's
really walk up to the desk, take some ink out of my my satchel, and just pour out a little bit on the desk. Like, this is for my brother who died working. What a bureaucrat in life and death! I honor you for your service, and then I'll leave him.
Just like you did your brother.
The skeleton, apart from addressing, you imagine, the specter behind you, does not notice you or respond in any way, and returns immediately to the work that he was doing.
Okay, that's what I expected. This is how Peter Post wants to die too, on his job.
Can B do an investigation check? She wants to see if this is like an illusion or if this is actually in front of us. B is unsure.
Reality is a fungible concept, B. It's as real as you want it to be.
It's really there. It's real. B will probably like talk and ask the person trying to interact with them, but if anyone else wants to do anything else first, that's fine.
I think Rocket... Sorry.
No, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Rocket is actually going to start walking to the other door that we haven't checked yet, because there's one left, right?
So the way that sorry, there's a door in the room with a skeleton in it.
Sorry, the other hallway that we haven't.
Okay. So yeah, you can go down the other hallway. There are 5 doors to choose from.
Oh.
2 on the right, 2 on the left, and 1 at the very end. So this is by far the biggest part of the second floor.
Okay, maybe now's not the time.
It's up to you.
All right. I'm at the room.
I don't have any homework to do at 9:30.
Oh yeah, I just want to slash my way through some of the cobwebs and make sure that there isn't anything hidden behind them.
Sure. So you go. That's the room that Minos entered.
Yep.
Or sorry, open the door. I shouldn't say entered. Of course, once you begin slashing at the cobwebs, you hear a strange skittering noise. And 2 of these materialize above you.
Okay. I found some spiders.
Close the door!
Yeah, keep them over there, please.
Yeah, I guess if I can close the door, I'll close the door.
Sure, make a dexterity check.
Sure. 13.
Okay. Yes, so you're faster than the spiders, so they run towards you, or run, whatever spiders do with their 8 friggin' legs.
Keter.
Abomination towards you, and but they are not fast enough, and you are able to shut the door.
Full circle.
Anything else?
No, we'll leave them there for the moment.
B is going to try and interact with the skeleton.
What a job. Notes.
When
Wait, I have a level
how do you interact with the skeleton, I should ask?
So,
Can you be specific?
Try and speak to it.
Let's speak away, yeah.
Hi there, you seem hard at work.
No answer from the skeleton. He does not it does not even look up.
She'll go to like just like touch it on the shoulder as she's
The
talking to
skeleton
it.
immediately falls limp, hits the desk, and crumbles to dust.
Oh,
Oh my.
I
You
don't
broke it.
I
I'm
don't
not being a
usually have
dick.
that
This is
effect.
literally what it says.
I don't usually have that effect on men, but I guess so. She'll take a look around the desk then, see if there's anything that remains. Like, is the ledger still there, or is that?
No, it also crumbled to dust when the skeleton hit it.
Oh, well, that was rude of me. She'll check the desk.
Proceed.
Oh,
sorry. Did you do a...
No, I haven't yet. 10.
You're able to find a scroll of this.
Scroll of this. Oh.
Very
For you to look in. Look it up.
Interesting.
Your touch is already deadly enough, though.
You can tell it was written by an older person because it's all in capital letters.
I hate you.
Okay. Should we go to the next
So it
room,
stands
everybody?
out in the chat.
There was another room
sorry.
past that room that the skeleton was in, right? There was another door if you were to walk through that
Yes,
room.
so when the skeleton beckoned the specter in,
Yeah.
she walked through the door without having to open it, a la specter style. So there is a door you could open.
Where
Unless
is
you can walk
everybody else? I know that I'm in this room. I just was curious to know where other people
B's with you. Ironjaw just left the spider room, so he's sort of down the hallway. And I thought Minos and Rocket were kind of like peering around the corner, trying to take in the room.
I'm by the stairs that came up, like seated,
Yeah.
drinking my juice box.
At the fork?
Trying not to
Oh,
sleep.
okay.
Yeah. I'm not too far away, but I'm not in the room with you.
I'll stick my head around the corner and be like, hey guys, the Verona, or the Duchess, I think her name was, I can't remember. Her ghost went in this doorway over here if you want to follow that. That seems to be the best route to whoever's controlling this house.
Okay, that sounds like a good
Your
idea.
knowledge of my completely made-up peerage system is ridiculously poor. The Countess. It's okay.
Countess! I knew that.
Whatever. What
Someone
would you
else
like
will go
to
and
do?
join in that room as well if we're moving
Okay.
on through to the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Ironjaw as well. Rocket, you're perched on Minos, is that correct? So you go with them, or?
If Minos is deciding to come back, then yes, Rocket will climb up onto Minos when he gets to the door.
So basically, long story short, everyone's in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who would like to open, if you are choosing to do so, the door in the skeleton room, let's call it?
B.
Tina. Tina will open the door.
Okay.
And she?
I think so. Mage hand.
Sure.
If it's just turning into on, then yes.
Yeah, and it's not locked. So I don't think there's too much of an obstacle. From where you are all standing, you can see that inside this adjoining room is a long bench that stretches across the northern wall, or the closest wall to where you are. I don't think you can see much more than that, though. You'd have to enter to see the.
Enter.
Okay.
Do you have the torch or the?
Yeah, you would need light.
Lantern.
Lantern.
Yep.
Upon entering the room, you see on the southern wall there are actually two large oak doors that are very elaborately carved, and they stand closed. What they're carved with is actually a tree, and each leaf at the end of each branch has names and numbers inscribed on them. So all the leaves actually contain like an entry, if you will. But as you look around the room, which appears empty at first, in the blink of an eye, a small, pretty girl, no more than 5 or 6, suddenly materializes on the long bench against the north wall. She seems to be waiting patiently. A dark, deadly-looking woman appears in the room, smiles at the child, and offers her a doll. The girl smiles with delight as the woman evaporates. But the child's smile soon turns to anguish as bloody stab wounds appear on her silky white dress. She falls limp and tumbles to the floor before disappearing. You notice that the doll is left lying on the bench, a knife in its hand and a grin on its face.
Oh. B, what did you do with that doll?
B
Apparently it's a murderer.
B takes out her doll, the doll that she picked up on the stairs, and immediately looks at it.
Where were you last century?
It has a knife in its hand and a grin on its face.
B is gonna throw it away, or try and take the. No, she's gonna throw it.
Rocket has Firebolt as a cantrip, and so Rocket's gonna throw fire at it.
So when you throw the doll, it hits the wall, but instead of smashing into the wall, it catches itself on all fours against the wall and turns and hisses at you. When you toss Fireball at it, it skitters out of the way into the shadows of the corner of the room ceiling and disappears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this seems fine. This seems like a perfectly reasonable outcome. Let's pursue. I'm sure that will not to cause anything else, as my decisions have not. Let's go.
Linus comes into the room.
Okay, so what happened?
Are both dolls
more
there?
creepy ghost things?
Are both dolls gone?
Yes. So the doll that you shot, when you tossed it away and shot fire at it, it skittered away into the shadows and then vanished. And you're pretty sure it's gone because its eyes glowed red, and you no longer see the red glow of its eyes.
Ew.
I knew I should have taken the eyes out. They were beautiful gems.
Yeah.
So is this door inscribed with a family tree? Or the names all...
Oh, so now that the room is empty for the time being, you can examine the door a little more closely. The names are not all related, at least immediately. Like, it's not like the same last name. But one name you do recognize is General Monthartus. And he is, in fact, the last entry. So he's on the lowest leaf. And there is a starting date, but no ending date for him. All the others are military figures. There's a military title, a name, and then a date, presumably a starting date and an ending date.
Are they all sequential, or does some overlap? Like, is it just like previous lords of the manor?
No, there's no overlapping. But they are completely sequential. Like, there's no break, if that makes sense.
Yep. Just all the previous owners, maybe. Of this building, office. And you dramatically slam the door open.
So you're opening the door to the final way you can go along this path?
Yes.
Good save. Good save.
The door is unlocked, but it does not open very easily when you push it. So if you'd like to apply some force, you certainly may.
Yes. Absolutely, that's a thing I can do. Yep.
So you
I'm very
stumble
tenacious.
backwards. Still weakened from being drained by the mysterious energies of the house. This door will not yield to your weak mechanical touch.
Okay. The biggest enemy in this house open the doors. Peter Post stretches.
You got this. You got this, Peter. Come on. You can do it.
I forgot how to.
You just push.
There you go.
So, with a grunt, you are able to force the door open. It grudgingly and reluctantly scrapes open, and you can see, peeking in, that a very large chest had been pressed against the door, which was what was making it difficult to open. However, before you can even open the chest and inspect its contents, you find yourself seized by an invisible force that sucks you all into the dark room.
Oh.
The doors slam shut behind you, and a great gust of wind blasts the room, sending dust, paper, and curtains flying everywhere and flinging the chest back to the door to barricade it. Around you are piles of reeking, rotting corpses that litter the creaky wooden floor. Then your gaze is drawn upward, somewhat magnetically, to the shell of a man, shriveled, tortured, and desiccated beyond the point of natural death, fused into the blackened muck of the ceiling. Dark, slimy vines creep through his flesh, pinning him to the ceiling. Their tips are drooling suckers that pump hungrily. His mouth is open in a soundless scream of absolute agony. A sickly green light emanates from a dazzling emerald embedded into his chest, nestled deep in the heart of the mass of vines. Its radiance suffuses the room in a vile glow, but the glow is most intense in a direct beam flowing from the man to a familiar dark beauty in rich black silks, Verona. She stands in the middle of the room, completely frozen like a statue, opposite another woman who could easily have been mistaken for her reflection, except that this woman wears a simple white smock, has a cascade of golden hair, and softened alabaster features. The woman in white is also motionless, her face lifted skyward, and her palms outstretched in supplication. A glowing circle of white pulses faintly around the pair, and a soft rain of white motes drifts gently down from above like falling snow. Verona's arm clutches a black wand tipped with a brilliant faceted purple gem. A ray of brilliant purple energy is streaking from the wand towards the woman in white, but the beam, too, is frozen somehow. And that is what you see. Take it all in. Take
Can you
it.
repeat all the things of all the things?
So, there's a dude stuck to the ceiling. He's not having a great time. Some vines are sucking at him, and he's got this magic stone that's pulsing in rhythm to the green energy that suffuses the second floor. You have Verona dueling a woman in white, but whatever is happening seems to have been paused.
Ah, I see. And they look the
Maybe
same.
like-
They're just wearing different things.
They're
That's
almost
right.
like
So-
sisters.
One would say twins, even.
Do these look like the same phantoms that we've seen before? Well, specifically the girl in white, presumably Nadia, does she look like she's physically there, or does it look more like the phantoms that we've seen?
Oh, sorry, no, both are quite corporeal.
Okay.
They're not translucent or hazy or flickering or anything that would give you any indication that they're insubstantial. The only odd thing being that they don't even react to your presence, to the wind blowing things around. They're completely frozen. In fact, when the wind whips things around, nothing seems to go into the circle around them that's on the ground. The white
Does the
glowing
green
circle.
light, is that just over the Countess, or is it over both of them?
Just over the Countess.
Rocket. Can Rocket do an Arcana check to see if she's aware
Sure.
of anything?
Absolutely.
Can Minos do a nature check on the vine, on the plant?
Absolutely.
Never seen it
Ooh.
before.
Go team.
You are both
Weird-looking
so
room, guys.
horrified by this scene and the poor man being victimized on the ceiling that you can't make heads or tails of any of it.
I feel like we should probably get the weird glowing gem out of his chest.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta help Nadia as well.
Is it within reach?
He's on the ceiling. The ceiling is, let's say, 14 feet high.
If only we had an
Well-
implement by which we could reach water at
Yeah, but
heights.
But we wouldn't have anything to lean it against.
It's a bunch of plants and goo and a person melted into the ceiling.
Yeah, that's. then you.
He has been through enough, and now you want to put a ladder on him? Jeez.
Use your ladder.
Is there any chance that a
Use
tiny
your
mechanical bird could knock this gem out of this person?
Given your familiarity with said bird, you're quite confident it couldn't. This gem is like screwed into place. There's a mass of vines that's sort of around it as well. So it would probably take quite a concerted effort to remove. You couldn't like throw a rock at it. You couldn't mage hand it out. Like this is going to be some
throwing
hands-on
your shoe at the volleyball to try to get it to knock out of the net.
Yeah.
Can B do a just quick perception check to see? We're looking for the necklace, right? To tell which one's which.
We're looking for Nadia.
Yeah.
Which one of the two?
And we can tell which one is which clearly.
Well, one is dressed in white and blonde, and one is dressed in black and dark raven-haired.
But it's not like one has that pendant of Zerovia that the Countess had, and the other one doesn't, or they both do, or in terms of
the necklace was Nadia had.
Yeah.
You can tell there's a chain around, like a jewelry
chain, yeah.
Around Nadia's neck, but whatever is attached to it is not outside of her robe.
Which is as expected, or as described, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fair. And the other being doesn't have any, right?
Doesn't have a chain. Okay.
Okay, just trying to clarify, make sure we know who's who.
In this tableau, the Countess is currently pointing, or presumably the Countess is currently pointing a wand at Nadia, and there's like a red beam, or a purple beam that's like emanating, but has stopped.
Ready purple. That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to try to interact with Nadia and like push her out of the way of this beam. I don't know what happens when I approach, but that's what I'm gonna go for.
As you approach the edge of the circle, you find yourself getting slower and slower until you reach the outermost part of the circle and you stop entirely.
Oh.
Your hand is frozen. Not like cold frozen, like motionless frozen.
Yeah.
Like
And the rest of Peter still move?
Oh yeah, can I still move?
Sorry?
Can I still move, like just away?
Yeah, you can certainly pull back. You just find yourself, you can't push forward.
Okay.
Okay, let's get this guy down. We can use the ladder. We can use the ladder if we have to.
Reach it.
I just want to say it now in case it comes up. I want to put it. So my main focus, because clearly there's some sort of like time thing going on here. I don't quite understand it as a mailman, but my entire focus is waiting for that moment that I think that time is still like has gone back to normal, and I'm going to try to jump in.
Okay.
Like if they're about to like remove the gem, I want to be standing right there ready. That's my thing. Jump in and push Nadia out of the way.
Sure. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we? Well, we could brace it, and Rocket could jump up and grab the gem. Or can we brace it into the mud? I guess we could brace it into the mud.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ladder somewhere so that we can climb up to get at the general with the gem in his chest.
You'd probably need someone. It's pretty much the center of the room, so you'd probably need someone to hold the ladder, and then you could scale it up.
Minos, can you hold this?
Oh, I'm a little tired, but I guess so.
It's okay, I'm a little tired, but I'll go climbing.
Yeah. I'll hold the ladder up.
Just remember that grape flavoring. It'll help you.
Alright, yeah, climb the ladder, and like, if my thieves' tools will help, I'll use them, or else I'm just going to take a dagger and try to carve the gem out.
So as you reach towards the gems, you hear a hiss, and the vines immediately strike towards you.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw.
Cool. Save Dex. I think I have disadvantage for that as well, because it's an ability check. Right?
Not for exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
Exhaustion
cool.
is only ability checks.
Cool. Then 27.
So you're fine. They come at you like snakes, but you're wriggling and dodging and ducking and dipping and whatever else you need to do of the 5Ds to get out of the way.
I'm not that tired.
So it depends. Are you trying? How carefully are you trying to remove this emerald? Like, is it just full as yank, or is this like? Are you approaching this with surgical precision?
I am trying to dig a large hole in this man's chest.
So it's not going to be dead. Yeah, it's not going to be a medicine check then. So we will have you just do a dex check, I guess.
Sure.
Or like fine motor skills.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah,
I was thinking sleight of hand, but you're not really hiding anything.
I'm trained in thieves' tools. I'm trained in.
Would sleight of hand be like
that I would be using?
To me, sleight of hand is like palming something.
It's kind of a thievery check, really.
It is kind of.
Yeah, let's do it. Is there thievery? Can you do it?
Well, I have my thieves' tools that I've trained.
Yeah, let's do a thievery check.
They've got a set of pliers in them.
Yeah.
And I have expertise with my thieves' tools. So.
Yeah, it's like maybe a gem embedded in something that you're trying to like. I could buy a thievery check for sure.
All right. This is with disadvantage because this is an ability check, though, right?
And you're exhausted.
Yeah, okay. So, and it's whatever. I forget how to do the keep lowest thing. I'm rolling 2d20 plus 10. We're taking the lowest d20.
Understood.
So 14.
You are able to pry out the gem. Immediately when you do, give me a dexterity check to catch the gem, I guess. Nope. So it pops out.
Same thing. Check, dex, disadvantage. 6.
So the gem falls to falls from the ceiling. It lands on the ground. It's an emerald. It's fine. The vines immediately begin to wither away and die, and the man falls also to the ground. Would you like to dex to try to catch him?
No, he's very dead. And if he isn't very dead, then I expect him to like crumble to dust when he.
Well, he's about to be then. So he falls next to the emerald, heavily to the floor, landing with an oof is the word they use. He breathes shallowly, and as you look over at him, you see him mouth before he takes his last breath and disintegrates to ash.
What was that again? Go one more time.
He's already disintegrated to ash, so
yep, you missed it.
You missed it.
Hope someone else was watching.
It was also not watching.
Yeah.
I was watching, but I still couldn't make it out.
I'm assuming it was thank you.
Oh,
I glitched a little bit, but I missed that.
Maybe it was.
Many of us were staring at Mario falling down to everything.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Might as well stomp on the emerald, I guess.
Oh, he was gonna go pick it up.
I don't know who's faster. Is this an initiative check situation?
Well, before Minos could have stomped on it.
Minos is going to stomp on it. So if B can catch it, then it's all hers.
I don't know if stomping on an emerald does anything.
Check dex.
But it's a really
or
big
dex save.
It'd be a dex check to catch it, I think. Midair. You're able to catch it.
Okay.
You smash it out of the air.
So feel an overwhelming compulsion to stick it in your chest.
Yeah, plant grows out of you.
Everything's fine. I take a look at it. Does it look like it's glowing? Does there seem like there's anything out of the ordinary about it?
Yes, it's definitely glowing.
She'll be like, Rocket, here, take a look at this.
Thank you, darling.
She'll give it to Rocket.
And at some point, Rocket will sit with it and identify it when things seem safe.
Yeah, you do note that it radiates a very strong aura of malevolence.
Oh.
Are the two still frozen in time, though?
Yes.
No. Well, I'm out of ideas.
We should probably break the gem, right, Rocket?
If you have time,
your
why don't we look
professional
at the gem?
opinion?
If people are okay with waiting for 10 minutes, Rocket.
Frozen in time.
Well,
They
I
aren't
mean, yes,
going anywhere.
exactly. A bunch of nanobots will crawl out and swarm the object. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, the nanobots will actually spell out what the item is.
All
They're
right.
casting Identify?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That is the emerald.
Oh, so you could try to jam it
For
into
those of
someone's
them
chest.
like watching the stream, the Leecher's Emerald. This green emerald is an ancient relic imbued with necrotic energies by an evil necromancer long ago. Its master and wielder, once attuned, can attempt to magically implant the emerald into the chest of any living creature. The creature must successfully win a grappling contest to be able to resist the attempt. As a bonus action, the emerald's master can use it to transfer 3d6 hit points from the victim to themselves if it is within 60 feet. The emerald has 2 charges per day. This gem exerts no control over the victim otherwise, but the master of the emerald knows its direction and distance at all times. If the emerald crosses another plane, the owner knows which one. Some extraction going on, and then it radiates evil. And it's evil. Evil, and a lot more evil.
If you use it, you're also evil.
Yeah, so Rocket is going to slide the gem towards Minos and go, "Stop away, darling."
Minos is gonna stomp on it excitedly.
Strength check.
A check. Dis.
Is that a
Oh,
disadvantage?
dang. Yeah, it is disadvantage because I'm.
So the gem seems pretty impervious to your stomps.
Put it in the bag for now. Put it in the temporary bag.
Just like holding it like really like, ugh. Drop it in the bag.
Okay, now what are we doing with these people?
Unfreezing them?
Oh, what's
So we
freezing
could
them?
try and cast something at them. Yeah, I don't know. Do we just like attack them with magic? Who are we attacking right now? If the Countess is there and Nadia is there, is one of them not who we think they are?
It's weird that the Countess would be trying to hurt her sister.
Or that she would be here and somehow have beaten us here. We took a pretty linear path to get here.
Can I do an insight check? Is there any reason to believe
possibly
that it's
beat
not
us
her?
here?
Yeah, you can perform an insight check.
Yeah, B's a little confused on that too.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh wait, I guess I have disadvantage with that kind because I'm tired.
Oh.
Sorry, only 12.
B's thinking more
There you go.
clearly.
Nice.
It looks like Verona from top to bottom, not a hair out of place.
I mean, she did hire us to find her sister, so I guess technically, if she wanted us to find her sister so she could kill her herself, then we're still doing what we're supposed to be doing.
I don't have anything that can dispel magic, but it seems like they may be in a time veil.
Rocket's going to do a quick look around the room, if we haven't already, to see if there's anything else that might be tied into this.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Did we already do that? No. Okay. There you go.
Oh, Peter, you can tell when there are vampires around, right? Can you tell if both of these two ladies are vampires?
I'm not sure if they're vampires, but I can tell if they're undead.
Looking
Oh,
around the room,
Rocket,
you
do your
do find a jewelry box containing. Well, it'll be locked. It's a jewelry box.
If Rocket finds a jewelry box, she's going to try and unlock it.
What
With her
jewelry box is locked?
tools, which
Dex
when
mod
in-
plus
Is that-
proficiency modifier. You might have to manually roll it. Exclamation mark
Okay.
R. Space.
Exclamation R.
Space.
D,
Yeah.
20 plus, and then for rocket.
Dex mod plus prop
Six.
bonus.
Yeah, so it's 6. Oh wait, no, sorry, 4. 2, 5. Goodness, I can math.
Sorry. So was that the perfect? So you're able to unlock it with the 13.
Okay.
It's mostly an ornamental lock, and you find 2 rings and a wand inside.
Wow.
Is it a wand of restart time?
B's interested in the jewelry.
Rocket's gonna go, I wonder what this does, and point the wand at the circle spell.
You have to attune to magic items, do you not, for them to operate?
If it
Yes.
requires
Technically
attunement,
depends on
then
the
yes, you
item,
do.
but-
Especially
Yeah.
wands. I think you need to know the like trigger word to like cast it.
Okay. And okay, I guess Rocket would actually know enough about magic to understand that.
Hmm.
So
What stands out to you about the wand is it is blood red, and the tip of the wand is a fang.
Oh.
interesting. I guess if we still don't mind spending more time, then Rocket will nanobot identify this.
It's costing you 100 gold per identify, right?
Oh, is that?
It sure
Oh, is that how
does.
identify works? Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you might.
Okay, so I'm
Can
not
we
gonna do that then.
Can B take a look at those rings that you found?
Sure.
Which
one
Oh, go ahead.
has a square cut gem that is completely clear. And the other has a an oval gemstone that appears to have 8 different colors in it. And by 8, I mean 12.
Mm.
It's a lot of different colors.
Yes, it's modeled with a bunch of different colors.
Does one look like it would fit B's finger better?
Any of them could fit your fingers.
Any of them
It
could.
depends which
that's,
one.
That's really. Oh wow, that's tough. You can't tell if they're magic without a detect magic. So, do you have the glasses on? Do you want to make sure these are magical? We could try, or we'll deal with them later. Maybe we'll deal with them later. She says, looking over to the pair frozen in magical time.
Minos and Peter trying to figure out
they're
what to
not
do
going
about
anywhere.
it.
I'm gonna try to, like, as I'm bracing to jump in, I am gonna focus on them and see if there's anything familiar about them from my past. So I'm gonna basically use Divine Sense, which is you can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. So, yeah.
Celestial fiend.
And undead.
And undead. You know which is which, right? It's not just a ping, it's like that is a fiend or that is an undead, right?
I would assume so
Yeah.
based on the
Okay.
wording. I'll leave it up to your interpretation.
So Verona is a fiend.
Okay. So not an undead like I would expect her to be.
Correct. The last time you sensed her in the manor, she appeared as an undead.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, good. So
Do her eyes seem to move? Like at normal speed?
No. No part of them moves. In
Maybe-
fact, like not even like air current or anything, like completely frozen.
Nadia didn't get a
Maybe we-
ping of undead.
No.
Okay.
She almost pinged a celestial.
Oh.
There was a faint, almost like hesitation in the spell, as if it was trying to slot her in, but not quite.
I'm
Cult.
familiar about her, but not quite.
Yeah.
I got that level of authority that I would.
Should we get ready to fight and then maybe throw something at them?
it'll
Minos-
probably just stop, right?
Minos is going to cast a 3rd level spell called Daylight, which will shower the whole room in daylight.
Okay, well, all the windows were painted black, so maybe whatever thing is in here doesn't like sunlight, and so maybe I can bring in some sunlight.
And so when Minos says that, he casts out a ball, a 60-foot radius sphere of light. So maybe like put it up like a nice like chandelier above the rest. And so the whole room is going to fill with this light.
Love it.
To start off this fight, I wanted to have that out of the way.
Sure. So the room is brilliantly lit in sunlight. The vines have already withered and died. Now they fry completely into nothing at the touch of the light.
Cool. I'm glad I did that.
And our wizards don't know anything. Partially because we didn't bring our wizards.
Presumably this fiend is the one that lured Nadia here.
Yep.
So we can assume that she's not the one that stopped the time, because clearly she wanted to get to Nadia.
Yeah, and they're surrounded by bright white light with lovely white motes dropping down, which is not usually a fiend thing.
Oh, are you saying that this is the boogeyman that talked to that guy in his head?
Well, I think Nadia is the one that stopped time to not get murdered by whatever wand thing is going on, right?
That would make sense.
I wonder if that's true.
No.
But we don't have any great options for protecting her.
No.
While time is stopped in that area.
So then so it doesn't entirely rely on my reflexes. I'm actually going to try to pick something, like the largest item I can reasonably pick up, and toss it in a way that looks like, so I expect it to stop when it hits the time warp.
Yeah.
But as if I was going to throw it into the path of the beam, so that like if the time restarted, maybe the trajectory would like interrupt. That's the goal. So I don't know if I do like a dex attack or something, but
No, I'm going to do an intelligence check.
What beam?
That's worse.
Calculate that trigonometry or whatever.
Minos is going to charge at the fiend and like ram into like the slow spell.
So, unfortunately, when you gather speed, you actually slow down incrementally until you reach the edge, and then you just kind of stop. So it's not like you are suddenly stopped, it's like you slowly come to a stop.
That's what I do.
Rocket's gonna pull the random orb that was sitting in the one satchel that she grabbed and set it down and see if anything happens.
No. Nothing happens, unfortunately. Though, looking at the orb now, the glow within it looks a lot like the daylight spell that Minos cast.
Is it scrying?
You're scrying.
So Peter's throwing of this thing in, it kind of slowed at the same rate that Minos would have slowed as well.
Correct.
But if it's like, is this like it's like a sphere of slow, right? So if we put kind of the heavy thing up above them so that when it stops, it would just fall kind of between them. At least we would have like gravity's momentum when time restarted.
Correct.
That's not what Minos says.
Oh,
I think you might be.
Well, then
solving
never
a
mind.
non-existent problem. There's no reason to believe that it wouldn't carry on with more momentum when the spell stops.
Yeah, Minos lost all momentum when he went into it. Like I could feel myself losing my momentum.
V wants to try and cast something on the fiend. She wants to cast Prestidigitation, and she wants to make, because you can make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or a surface. So on her face, she would like to try and get a big fat mole, not in a beauty way, just to see if the effect will pass through the slow spell or through the veil.
Unfortunately, it does not.
Okay, well, I am out of
we could check the rest of the floor. There's been a bunch of other magic stuff. Maybe something
Yeah.
with a dispel magic or a
Beal's-
ward. Or...
You'll start looking around the room as.
I believe Rocket already did a room investigate.
And that's when I found the
rings,
jewelry
and the
box
wand.
with the rings and the wand. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she was Rocket. Yeah, Rocket was pretty thorough with
You
that.
guys to check the other rooms in the house that we missed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like we can go down the big hallway.
Peter Post is specifically going to wait here though and be ready to jump in. So I'm just in case like the time suddenly stops. I'm like bracing myself to jump in and push Nadia out of the way.
I'll be with you.
Yeah, Minos is gonna take this time to like put a whole bunch of stuff on top of this person in like the sphere as best as he can, like a dresser and like chairs and stuff like that, so that if time were to stop, it all just come crashing down on this fiend.
Yep.
Okay, Nadia, you can stop the spell now.
So when you speak her name,
Ooh.
her head will slowly, almost imperceptibly, turn towards you. Whoever spoke, it was Minos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And her lips will ever so slowly curve into a bit of a smile, and she'll blink. And the circle will disappear, the motes will stop, and everything rushes into normal time. So,
The dresser falls.
The dresser falls just in time to catch the beam coming out of the wand, and it explodes into fragments. Nadia gestures, and a shield comes up to absorb the pieces of wood. The rest of you, dex saving throw.
Oh, I'm out of the room. I am.
Oh,
checking
sorry.
out the
Anyone
other
out of the room
hallway.
is fine. So poor Peter is going to take a bit of piercing damage from the wooden splinters. Shards, apparently, that came out, but everyone else is fine. And Nadia will look at you and say, "You came. I knew you would come."
Yeah.
And then the other creature, Verona will look at you
Yeah, I said what I said.
and snarl
No touchy.
and say, "This isn't over!" Or more huskily, I suppose, "This isn't over!" And she will disappear.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, Nadia, your sister sent us to come get you.
I knew she would come for me. She loves me. And I knew she would send her best. I just had to bide my time.
Yeah, we're the best, all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, she said
shucks.
us.
I mean, we're all pretty smart. We all get it, but who the fuck was that?
I'm not smart at all.
I'm not sure of its name, only that it wanted what I carry within me. But thanks to you, it will have to wait another day.
Do you mind the manor so that we can show your sister you're okay?
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Do you mind
wanna-
coming with us to the manor so that you can show your sister that you're okay?
Her face will look dismayed for a second. And then she'll nod, and she'll say, "Of course, you saved my life. I will do whatever you ask."
Can you teleport
gold.
us there?
What about the townspeople? Sounds like you were really helping them out.
I was, but I have left behind others who will follow in my path.
That's true. I think they're
Yeah.
trying to
Tell them that
work
you're
on
safe.
a curse.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing we left. You're too powerful to be a head of a cult.
I am not the head of anything. I am one of many. We are all one.
Should we go to
Okay,
the manor?
multi-level marketing, whatever we're gonna call it.
We didn't have a way to contact
The
the
Countess?
Countess when we succeeded.
I was assuming she would be keeping tabs on us.
Oh, okay.
My sister leaves nothing to chance. Come.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not-
didn't specifically get anything.
Nadia will point at the window, and it will fly open. She will walk to it, and she will step out.
Oh, that's way
I'll
easier
run
than
over
going
and
down
like
those stupid
look
stairs.
to see what happens, I guess.
She's drifting down gently, like a falling leaf.
I'll step out and stay close to the wall and be ready to like catch myself if I need to.
Okay, Rocket,
you fall-
catch me! And I'll
You fall
jump.
just as gently.
Yeah, okay, good.
Oh, what a crazy leap of faith.
But not
Deal.
Bee. She falls hard.
No, Bee's putting the ladder out. She doesn't trust any heights.
As you are outside, a raven caws, and hops towards you, and drops a sparkling gemstone at your feet. Nadia will pick it up, and the world around you will spin, and you will all appear in the dining room of the manor.
Oh, hey,
Mission
Dodus.
success.
We did it.
Yes, you have exceeded all of my expectations. Not only is my sister here, but she is in good health. It has been too long. Nadia will bow her head and say, I'm ready when you are. And Verona will lift a hand and say, we'll wait until we are alone. There is no need for them to have to witness anything. Your work for me is done. The reward as promised. And she will gesture, and a big bag of gold will appear before you. And then in the next blink, you will disappear and reappear in the town boarding room.
Aha, we can report to the goblin. Also mission success.
Also,
She was gonna try and ask. She was gonna try and ask the Countess to identify the rings. If there would have been time. If she would have got
We
whisked
can do it
away, then
after,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we have downtime, technically, Rocket's monocle can identify stuff over the next few days.
Sure.
Sure.
So
I
congratulations.
have a monocle that identifies things.
It identifies stuff, it casts detect magic instantly.
It's not on the character sheet.
Of course, citizen.
You wouldn't have been able to identify because you need to expend all your charges.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
detect
you didn't have the
magic.
charges for that.
Yeah, Cass.
So congratulations, you are successful at completing both missions, both delivery for the goblin, as well as delivery to Verona of her sister. You have acquired
that hesitation.
You have acquired a bunch of loot, so we can work together to figure that out. But in the interest of time management, I'm sorry, I know I ran over 15 minutes. I apologize. So,
It's okay, we really needed to get into that coat room, so...
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's important that we spend a whole hour on that.
There was 5 rooms we didn't explore, okay?
Yeah.
I was trying, but there were spiders.
Yeah, scary
That was
spiders.
the 6.
So
You're
many
like-
spiders.
You're like, oh my gosh, combat encounter, close the door!
Yeah, there's no
That's
time.
actually the first time I think you guys actually were like, why would we waste time with this?
Oh, if there was time, I would have started stabbing, but there was no
We
time.
want to know what's in the room.
You probably
Yeah.
could have diced them pretty easily.
Okay, typically at the end of the adventure, we would discuss inspiration points, but in the interest of time, we might
Yeah.
do that
Next
in
time.
our Facebook group. So just a quick reminder to the viewers, Twitch viewers, we are not playing in December at all, and we are going to be picking back up in January. But on January, we are going to be shifting our schedule from Tuesday evenings to Sunday evenings. So have a great rest of 2021, and we'll see you all in 2022 with our next adventure. Thank you, and have a great night.